The new dietary guidelines we told you about yesterday are already getting hammered by critics. The government's recommendations are released every 5 years, but some experts are questioning what's influencing the guidelines themselves. Anna Werner is here to show us why. Anna, good morning.
Good morning, Nora. The new guidelines from the USDA and Department of Health and Human Services are supposed to tell you what to eat, but critics say they're muddled and confusing, and not by accident.
More fruit and vegetables, less sugar, and limited saturated fat. Those are the key dietary recommendations from the government.
Even a small shift can make a big difference.
But New York University professor of nutrition Marion Nessel says there's something missing in the message.
You say that the junk food industries should consider these guidelines a win. Why?
Because there's no direct messaging in the dietary guidelines that says don't eat junk food, don't eat processed food, don't eat meat, don't drink sodas.
The government's dietary guidelines affect everything from food labeling to the National School Lunch Program that serves more than 30 million kids each day. But instead of simply saying don't drink soda, she points out, the guidelines say less than 10% of calories should come from added sugars. And instead of saying eat less meat, they say less than 10% of your diet should come from saturated fats.
The meat industry does not want the American government saying eat less meat. That's un-American.
These are multi-billion-dollar industries that put a huge amount of effort, not just into advertising their products, but into changing federal policy.
Dr. Neil Barnard is president of the nonprofit Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, which is suing the government, claiming the egg industry used its influence to try to weaken warnings about cholesterol. The new guidelines dropped recommended limits, but still advise people to eat as little as possible.
The egg industry is paying universities, where these people are then put on the committee to decide whether eggs are safe or not. That's a conflict of interest.
Now, the USDA told CBS this morning its process is robust and transparent, and the new guidelines reflect advancements in scientific understanding about healthy eating choices and health outcomes over a lifetime. So I asked Marion Nessel, I said, well, what would you do? She came up with her own rogue guidelines, as she calls them. She says, eat more vegetables and just eat less food.
There you go.
That's one way to go. Yeah. Thank you, Anna.
Reduce caloric intake.
Yeah, right. We all know what to do. It's just a matter of doing it. Thank you, Anna.
Amen to that.
And having the willpower.
Yeah, that's the thing.